Hello, and welcome to Economics and You. I am your host, Mr. Samuelson. Last time we were together, we looked at the characteristics of the American economy and what makes a market free. Today, we are going to look at the goals of a nation. Let's see what they are. First, we must discuss national values. All nations set their broad goals to align with their national values. We see here a number of America's national values, including equity, justice, rights, education, etc. Now, the economic goals of our nation also must align with these national values. We must have a strong economy without undermining those things that make us American. Within our American system, we have a goal of economic freedom, which will allow individuals to make choices that affect their own lives. And in America, we have a large degree of choice. We can interact with the economy in a number of ways. We can choose our career path, or we can choose between two brands of ketchup at the supermarket. Either way, we are involved in making our own choices, our own decisions in this economy. And we have to accept the rewards and the consequences of those choices. If we make the wrong choice, we have to be willing to accept that that was a mistake and correct our own mistakes. And when we make the right choices, we should rightfully celebrate those. Within our economy, we have to deal regularly with economic efficiency. Economic efficiency is going to be what celebrates those correct and incorrect choices that Americans make. Keeping in mind that Americans must always make those choices because of a scarcity of resources. We do not have unlimited resources. We must make decisions on how we spend those. So, within this efficiency model, if somebody can produce a high quality product or service with a lower resource cost than their competitors, they will succeed, their competitors will fail, and the market economy becomes more efficient. This is why we see competing businesses that offer the same product, where one is more successful than the other. It is because they have found a way to be more efficient at producing a high quality product at a lower cost. Now, within America, we also have a value of equity. And equity in the American economy, it is important to understand, is an equity of opportunity, but not of outcome. We will all make different choices. This is a part of our freedoms and our values. And as a consequence of the different choices we make, we will have different outcomes. But in theory, the United States values this equity of opportunity. And so all individuals should have all potential roads open to them. This encourages people to take risks and to try things that might fail, but might be tremendously successful. To further encourage this risk, the government does interfere in our economy to provide a safety net. This safety net protects somewhat against failed choices and allows people to try different things within our economy. This is an overall positive because it doesn't lead to a single disastrous financial decision, sinking all future opportunities. It allows people to recover and to try again. Also within the United States, a goal of our economy is to provide constant economic growth. Market economies are usually very good at providing growth, but this growth can sometimes be unsteady. That is, it will rise rapidly and then fall rapidly to then rise again rapidly. And many people can be lost in that shuffle between the highs and lows. The goal of a government is to ensure that the economic growth of the nation on a long-term scale is in a positive direction, while doing what they can to soften the impacts of the downturns in the economy. The reason why this growth is important is because our nation's population is increasing. And as our population increases, the size of our economy must always increase as well, or else each individual's share of that economy would shrink. If the population increases and the same amount of money is within the economy, your individual share of that pile of money becomes smaller and smaller. So as the population grows, so must our national economy. Another value within the United States is in individual rights. Americans have lots of individual rights and choices within the American economy. We can choose how much time and effort to put into our jobs, and many people do. Many people are workaholics and spend twice as much time as the average American at the job or working on their job. Whereas others choose the other end of the spectrum, and they do not engage in the workforce, and they spend much more of their time doing leisure activities or nothing at all. This is a choice that we have in our American economy. We have the right to choose what we purchase and how we spend our money. And if we want more of that money and more purchasing power, we know those choices that we can make that will lead to those results. With these choices also comes individual responsibilities. Free market enterprise systems work best when all individuals within that society act responsibly. A key aspect of this is that people must make choices that allow them to support themselves and their family. Now, what that means to a different individual or their family can vary greatly. Some seek to support themselves and their family by providing just the basic needs of the individual and the family and ignoring the wants. Others, their view of supporting their family includes all of the wants that the family may want as well. And our choices in how we interact with the economy need to be appropriately aligned to what we want to get out of the economy. Additionally, we must elect public officials who will act in the best interest of all. Voting and participation in U.S. government activities is important to the successful management of a national economy. Next time, we're going to look a little more closely at the socialist versus capitalist systems and compare how they are similar and, more importantly, the differences between them. Thank you for joining us today, and farewell.